First of all, good morning.
Morning.
We have seen yet another Friday. Blessed to see another one. We got two new people in the room today, so they're not new to me, but they're new to you guys, and they're new to the concept of what we do on Fridays. The first hour is completely dedicated to motivation. Get your mind right. Because until you get your mind right, you can't get anything else right. Nothing else goes right. Everybody's cell phone will vibrate or off. So on the board we got, by setting realistic goals, you will realize and fulfill all expectations. But the first part of that is the most important. By setting realistic goals. If you don't set realistic goals, then you truly don't have any reason to really dig deep and push yourself. You set goals that you know are unattainable. Like, I want to make $100,000 this year. Well, if you never made $50,000 in a year, you don't know how to make $50,000, then $100,000 this year is unrealistic. No matter what anybody tells you. You got a lot of these little multi-level marketing programs, you know, and it's not to knock them because they do work and they have worked for someone, but they'll tell you you can make $10,000 in a month. And they'll make it seem like you can make $10,000 by next month. So you get these people that sign up for these programs, give them $250, $300, whatever it is, to go ahead and free their family by making that $10,000. And all of a sudden, they make zero. And they make zero for 6 months straight. What that does is two things to that person that thought they could believe in that concept. It makes them feel like they're inadequate, or it makes them not trust you. Those two things, both are negative. Both have terrible results. If you don't know how to make $50,000, that's the first thing you need to do. You can write $100,000. That is a goal for you to make a year. You can write that down. But that needs to be long-term goal. And then you need to learn how to set mid-term goal off of the long-term goal. And then you need to set the short-term goal off of the mid-term goal. Because if you don't hit the short-term goal, you know you're not going to hit your mid-term goal. If you don't hit your mid-term goal, then you know it's impossible to hit your long-term. 1 plus 1 equals 2. It needs to equal 2 before 2 plus 2 is going to equal 4. That's just a common sense, fam. Common sense. You have to want to make a way. More than you want to make excuses. Everybody has an excuse for why they're not successful at something, whether it's business, relationship, you know, job related. They can't get out of their own way. And they're only excuses. No matter what anybody says, there's still excuses. No matter what you try to make me believe, and I might smile at you and say, okay, but I'm still going to inside know. I'm going to look at you with my eyes and say, you're only making excuses because you are a failure. That's what I'm going to say in my mind. I'm not going to say it with my mouth. Unless I see it too often and I have fed up. Then I might say it with my mouth too. Today I'm going to give you some examples of what I was talking about last week about commitment. Your level of commitment. Don't worry about telling me about it. It doesn't make you a bad person because you have a terrible commitment. You don't know how to commit to anything. That doesn't make you a bad person. It just makes you an unsuccessful person. It tells somebody that is successful why you're not. You can say that to your friends in the street. You can say it to your family at the house. You can say it to other business people that don't care nothing about you. And they'll all say, I hear you. Yeah, me too. I understand exactly what you're talking about. I understand. But that doesn't work with all of us. Some of us that had to grow up from the inner cities, from sleeping in cars, from not having anything, that's not going to fly. Oh, I needed to do this, so I didn't do that. Oh, this happened, so I didn't do this. Oh, I was so tired and wore out, that's why I didn't do this. Okay, I'll give it to you. You look for enough excuses to fail, guess what you're going to find? Fail. You're going to find the excuse you need to fail. That's what you're going to find. And then when somebody that's truly successful looks at you, they can understand why you don't have anything. They can understand it. It's just as easy as me seeing the colors you guys got on. Just as easy. But the champion is also easy to see why they're successful. I stand up here and talk to you guys for every Friday. I've been doing it for years. But very few have actually taken me up on the gauntlet that I lay down to challenge yourself. See if you can be the best that you can be. You won't even find out sometimes how good can you be if you truly commit. Because you won't commit. You don't truly know what the word commit means sometimes. You think commit means I'm going to do this, then I'm going to stop, then I'm going to go over here and say, well, I did that. If you got to tell somebody what it is you did, chances are you didn't do enough. You got too much time talking about what you did. That means you left time on the field of something undone. You have to change your mindset before you ever change your circumstance. You will always be what you are. So you must deal with it. If you're one of those people that don't mind talking about how the world is standing on your neck, how nobody wants to give you an opportunity, a good shake on anything, how only bad things happen to you, like you're the only one bad things happen to, then go off in the corner with all the other ingrates and failures. Get on a boat, push it off the sea, and let it take you wherever it takes you, hopefully to Misery Island. The reason why I say that, y'all, is because the world has altered a lot of our impressions of it and ourselves. It starts with how we feel about ourselves. Because how you feel about yourself is what you're exuding, meaning put out. That's what that means. If you're miserable inside, you exude that to others. They can see it. Some people like to see it because they're miserable. And you make them feel better about themselves because you're miserable a little more than they are. That's where the phrase, misery loves company, comes from. And misery does love company. You see somebody getting out of a ladder, getting out of a manhole. Somebody grabbed them because an alligator's coming up the tunnel. Right? This probably don't happen, but I'll just play with me for a minute. Person wants to get out the tunnel, they grab the person ahead of them, pull them down so they're now between the alligator and themselves. And then they try to go up. Next person grab him, pull him down, throw him down in the water, then he can get boom, 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 boom. The alligator will probably get all of them because they can't get out of their own way and help each other up. You see movies like this. This is where I'm going at with this stuff. But commitment, true commitment, leads to true success. There is no way around it. There is no true easy way to go from nothing to be successful. There's no easy way to do that. You set a goal, and you don't just set a goal and then never look at it. That's stupid. Why would you do it? Why would you set a goal and then you never go look at it? And then you wonder, oh, I set a goal. I set a goal, it just didn't work. The system didn't work. And it just didn't work. Saw my buddy at the gym. Helped her lose 60 pounds over a year. Saw her last night. She gained at least half of that back in a short span. Why?
She doesn't stay committed.
There you go. This is simple. It's simple. How in the world do you lose that much weight, stay nice? Names ain't important. The story is, because it's harder, listen to me, it is harder to get into shape than it is to stay in shape. And that goes for mind, body, and soul. Once you know what you need to do, and you know how to do it, all you gotta do is get used to it. That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do. Success ain't waiting for you outside. Hey, I'm knocking on the door. I'm success. Let me in. Let me in. I'd like to live with you. That's what you need to do. Leave the house and go get it. Go get it. Now, I'll tell you what is waiting for you at the door knocking. Real loud. Failure. Hey, how you doing? You ain't gotta go nowhere. It's cold outside. Rain and sleet and all that stuff. Let's just stay inside and chill out, do nothing. We can do something tomorrow. For a lot of people, tomorrow never comes. Something to alter what you thought you were going to do tomorrow. It'll be something different that'll stop you from doing it tomorrow. You got 3 kids? 1 child sick, so I can't come into work. Okay, you understand. Can't put up too much. You can get a little better. That child gets better. 2nd child now sick. Oh, God. Now that's I was going to do this, but I can't do it because my 2nd child's sick. Now you get that one better. Now the 3rd child's sick. You see what I'm saying? You see where I'm going? See where I'm going? There's always going to be something. Which one can you live with? Which excuse can you live with? Or why you can't be great? Don't be mad. Don't be mad. Because when you're in the presence of greatness, greatness can't keep failures around them for too long. We just can't do it. We just can't do it. Because mentally, I'm not built for that. Mentally, I'm not built for it. Oh yeah, I'm going to be considered mean to a lot of people. I told y'all this in the beginning of 2013. New people, you don't know this, but I have said it. And I've said it to y'all outside of the office. I'm a different person whether you are or not. Remember me saying that? Whether you are or not. 2013 came a new bow. A new Cherokee. You either roll with me or you roll out. Either way, I'm going. Either way, problem solved. You roll with a champion or you go get with the losers. Either way, a championship team doesn't want a losing player on its roster. We just don't want it. We know what it took to get to be champions. The last thing we want is this new person came on the team and all they did was poison the mindset of the rest of the team. Oh yeah, we'll never beat Edgewood. Edgewood got them big ballers out there, man. That's all that, man. They got mountains over there. Well, we've been beating them consistently every year. Get yourself off our team. You better conform to us. This is Simon Gratz. I'm just using my school, y'all. But you hear what I'm saying. You're a part of a championship team now. Like it or not. Like it or not, you're a part of a championship team. Why is that? Why are you a part of a championship team, Cheyenne? What's the first thing? Remember what I told you. Be natural. I just asked you a question.
Because we don't give up.
We don't give up. Anybody else? Why do you think you're part of a championship team?
Because we have a good leader.
Boom, I like that. Ebby, why is this a championship team?
Because we're all champions.
I ain't even going no further than that.
That's what
I ain't even going no further than that. If we all champions and you got a championship leader,
You're a championship team.
and right, you're a championship team. What changes that? Why y'all think people can't stand Miami Heat right now? You know, they're 41-14, just so y'all know. I don't know anybody watch basketball here. I want to share something with you. They just won the championship just last year. They just won the championship. So they know what it's like. They're defending champions this year. Everybody can't stand them. Yeah, I know. They went and bought LeBron James on over there, which is arguably the best player in the NBA. Now, to me, I can argue, I still think Kobe is, but the Lakers aren't a championship team. Now, last night they played like it, but the problem is, it's too sporadic for them. But the Lakers have 15 banners. 15. Miami has 1. You understand? The pedigree for the Los Angeles Lakers is champion. Tinseltown. That's why everybody in the NBA channels and TVs and sports, they still keep talking about the Lakers. I tell my family all the time, everybody knows that football is my real big thing. That's my real big passion. As good as I'm at basketball, football was number one. I tell my family, I get so mad when everybody talks about the Cowboys. I am a Cowboy fan, but everybody talks about the Cowboys. These are obnoxious fans that they're not realistic. The Cowboys are not good right now. They're not good. I can tell you too many reasons why they're not good. And they're not going to win a title as long as Tony Romo is the quarterback. I'm not going to turn this into a personal thing between me and him. But the thing is whatever you see and you don't change, you're doomed to repeat it. They were 8-8 a year ago. And they were 8-8 this year. It's the same team, so what should they expect? The same results. Huh? If you set realistic goals, then you realize and fulfill your expectations. So if your expectations was to be 8-8, then you have completed that. You have done it. Because you didn't change your roster. Your leaders are the same. Your players are the same. So your result is what?
The same.
Come on, y'all. Y'all know me. You can talk. You better change your mind. If you thought wrong, change your mind. If you thought wrong, change your mind. Huh? It ain't what your mouth says, it's what your body does that makes or breaks you. You are nothing but a common slave if you are dictated by your job. Don't believe me? Look it up. Look up what it means to be a slave. To do something by force, something you don't want to do. Most people have jobs they don't want to do. I told you guys a long time ago, you always know when somebody's committed to something because they do it for absolutely nothing. They don't have to be told to do it. They don't have to be asked to do it. They want to be better. They naturally want to be better. They are passionate. They cry. They fight. They scream. They kick. And failures think the champion is mean. I said it so many times. Y'all have heard it. You have heard me be called mean, but you've also heard people hug me, cry, and say you're the best. If you went out in the Serengeti and got you a cub lion and grew him to as he grows, and he loves your dog and plays with your dog in the backyard, and you treat him like he's little Rex, and you name him Rex and everything, like your dog, your pet dog. Look, I got a kid, my lion loves my dog. Hey, they were so great together. They work so well together. And then you love each other. And then all of a sudden, 2 years goes by. Your dog grows up, and he's pretty good size for a dog. He comes up to close to your waist, right? Just under your waist. Big dog right here, right? Big dog. German Shepherd. That's his back. Head right here. Big dog. Scared the life out of all of us, right? Yeah. German Shepherd. Yeah. Big dog. But those same couple years go by. The dog stopped growing here. The dog weighs about approximately 110, 120 pounds. Let's make him bigger. Let's make him Rottweiler size. Let's make him 150 pounds. Big dog, right? Big dog. Scary dog. Can kill people at that size, right? Problem is, the lion kept growing. The lion grew to 600 pounds. And this big where his head is at. And this big where his back is at. That size. And all of a sudden, in the backyard where they always grow to play and they have their little pen enclosure, you did a great job with that. You didn't feed this lion enough. Because you didn't realize what he naturally eats. How much food, how much meat he must eat in a day. You didn't realize that he can eat up to 100 pounds of meat in one sitting. Remember, your dog now weighs 150 pounds. Okay? And a lion can eat up to 100 pounds a day in one sitting. At least 50 pounds of your dog left in the backyard. Because he just figured out playtime was over. The playfulness turned into something serious. Who's going to win that fight? Of course. Right? Because he just realized what?
I'm a lion.
He's a lion. All that time he was calling him Rex, feeding him in a little doggy bowl when he was really small. He thought he was a dog, didn't he? Didn't he? Until something just snapped in his head and said, oh, you're a lion. You are the king of the beasts. They call you this for a reason. This is your food source. Right here. Scruffy is your food source. Right? Sorry for you dog lovers. I'm just saying this is what happens. It does happen. This does happen. People captivate animals that are unrealistic pets. They are not realistic pets. Somebody has an eagle and they keep it in a chicken coop. And as a baby, the eagle watches the chickens all day long, every day. So he chirps away at the chicken feed just like they do. Right? And to him, it's like, one day, this don't taste right. This doesn't taste right. And the more he looks at his so-called brothers and sisters around him in the coop, he starts looking at them like, you know, you look pretty good today. You don't look like just brother and sister no more. You look like something I need to take a taste test on. And all of a sudden, he bite one of them. Kill them and eat them. Decide that this tastes better than the feed that you're dropping down. And you're wondering what just happened to the daggone chicken. Right? You leave the eagle in that coop long enough. After he's done that, what do you think will happen? He's going to eat the rest of the chickens. Whose fault is it? You going to get mad at the eagle? Whose fault is that you put an eagle in a chicken coop?
The person's fault.
Think about it. Whose fault is it that they put you in a business position? I'm telling y'all, this is what corporate America is about. They don't really care. I'm sorry, I'm just going to call it what it is. You go to your job, you understand. Where's the fear when it comes to job relation? You get a job, you're scared to miss a day there, aren't you? But somebody want to give you freedom, you miss that anytime you feel like it. See? It's like a child, what they do to the parents. A lot of times a child disrespects the parent more than they disrespect the friends out in the street. And they got ultimate respect for their friends' parents. I've seen it, and you've seen it too. Hi, Miss Jones, how are you today? Oh, I'm doing great. How's your mama? Oh, she's fine. She's good. I'll tell you ask about her. Okay, and you get home, Mama, where's my daggone shoes at? I'll say, hey, pick up your room. I'll do it when I get ready. I know. Times have changed. Times have changed. It's pathetic. But let me tell you what else it is. It's a failure. It's a failure on the parent part to watch a child grow up disrespectful. Because the world is not going to hurt your child. The world is going to kill your child. The world is waiting to stomp the lights out of your child. And you. And you. You don't believe me? Go out and get run over by a car. Even the person that hit you might not stop. But I promise you, everybody else, while you laying on the curb, hopefully you're still alive, you lay on the curb hurt, and just roll around you. Keep on going. You ever work at a building where you lost somebody close to you that you knew meant a lot to the business? You ever did that? You ever worked somewhere where somebody died and they meant something to everybody in the building, or your friends, school, something like that? When that happened, right? Then you still go through your day with the school. They announce, oh, I'm sorry, guys, our friends of Orlando. You know, Orlando passed away. I remember being in 7th grade, they announced it. Everybody started crying. Everybody started crying. We found out he died. But guess what? The bell still rang, and we still had to go to the next class. You hear me? The world ain't gonna stop for you, fam. You better get your priorities straight. You better get your priorities straight. Now I want to show you why I said that. See, the beautiful thing is God always gives me something to teach on. Always. Every Friday is different, right, fam? Every Friday is different. Every Friday powerful? Winners never quit. And quitters never win. It doesn't make you a bad person if you're a quitter. It just lets everybody know you're a quitter and you deserve whatever you sit in. Whatever your situation, you deserve it. Own it. Don't want people to feel sorry for you. There is enough things in your life that you won't be able to control. That we're going to give you. But there are business, making money, that's not one of them. That's not one of them. That now's the time that you make waves. Now's the time that you grab your life back. Act like you only got 3 weeks to live. If you had 3 weeks to live, where would you want to spend your time if you know you only had 3 weeks to live? Would you want to spend it at work? Or would you want to spend it doing things that you always said you wanted to do? You spend it with people that you love the most. Have you ever heard somebody on their deathbed say, I wish I spent more time at the office? I know, right? But how true could that be? Because for someone, today is their day. Today, right now as we're speaking, today is their day. That's it. You heard Les say, he had the ghosts of all these gifts that given to this one individual. And you're laying there and the ghosts of all your skills are looking at you pissed off. Because the only way they would have life if you brought them to the world. See, that's how I listen to things. Intently.